program Talk Sports on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program. And it was an exciting Tuesday and Wednesday night where we saw series of upsets when it comes to the UEFA Champions League, and there were a whole of upsets. And as it stands now, Serie A said goodbye to the world of UEFA Champions League as at last night, and again we're witnessing a few upsets that might be coming up in the next future. That's when the draw gets to be drawn up by the end of this week. Maybe by Friday we'll be seeing the last round of the 16 guys will be drawing up the next play for the coming weeks and the next stage of the competition. But as always on Talk Sport, we tend to start it from the home front because home, they say, is where what is again. I know you know the line, so you just complete it. But on today's edition of the program, I won't be alone. I'll be having this series of conversation of what's happening on the home-based side, that's the Nigerian Professional Football League, and also in the raffle going on should I call it the civil war going on between the head coach of Atlanta and Ademola Lookman. Will be having a conversation, and also Galatasaray are looking out to see if they can make out a miracle, and Victor Osimhen promises to score goals today in today's future against ASB Almara to get back their top position in the Turkish league. We'll be having those conversations, but before we dive into those angles, let's get right into it. And joining me today live in the studio is Olarewaju Jesse, my guy, my friend. Thank you so much for joining.
Pleasure. It's good to be here.
Liverpool fan. Rest in the name of Jesus. Rest. You should rest. Alright, let's get right into it. Let's start from the home front, where yesterday Shooting Stars, also known as 3Cs, were in a draw against Lobby Stars Football Club of Makurdi, with the host Shooting Stars Sporting Club on Wednesday afternoon in Badem, Oyo State, to bluster their fight against relegation and rising hopes of survival for the match day 25 features in the 2024-2025 Nigerian Professional Football League, Premier League, Football League, I beg your pardon, saw the visitors forcing the second place 3Cs to fight from behind to claim a point. The Lakon Salami Stadium crowd had been expectant of a win for the hosts, who had lost their last two matches on the road and were up against a relegation threatened side. But Lobby Stars proved a difficult customer, only lacking a good offensive rhythm as they broke through the flank to put the host on the back foot several times. So looking at all of this now, we saw what happened just this past weekend with Robin Stars, how they struggled and then they lost to Enugu Rangers, now leaving them still at 48 points on the Premier League log. And then now 3Cs, that's the Sporting 3Cs now currently with 41 points, coming behind Romeo Stars. Now this has shown how superb and how interesting the Nigerian Professional League is getting, and now there should be a bit of a rift and a bit of a change, a bit of shaking in the camp of Romeo Stars, given the fact that these guys are tailing them back to back. Yes, it's 7 points. 7 points. If they can get 2 wins and then a draw, that means automatically they would be able to beat the number 1 guys. That's talking about 3 Stars now, and then we'll see Romeo Stars drop possession to the second place. Now we're seeing Enugu Rangers also lacking and coming from behind. We've seen Rivers United also gearing up, having a superb coach like Finidi George, who is part of their team, gearing up to see how they can be able to make it and advance. Now, from 25 games, I beg your pardon, the 3Cs, Shooting Stars, have 41 points from 25 games. Now these guys, Romeo Stars, who are leading the pack, have their one outstanding match. They've played 24 and then are still at 48 points. That means there's a high chance that they might win their next feature that come this weekend. But looking at it now and looking at the Nigerian Professional Football League, Jesse, how well do you think these guys are doing?
Well, they're doing fine. Shooting Stars, they have been doing so well, trying to catch up with Remo Stars. And as you can see, the Enugu Rangers are trying to fight. The league is open, so everybody is trying to make a statement. Yes, so it's a good thing for them. But this setback, against Lobby Stars is a big one for them because they felt they should get the
3
points since when Remo lost to
Rangers.
This is an opportunity to cover up the gap. But still, it is still open. The game is still open. The league is still open, as you can see. With the number of points they have tried to gather, keep them in a good shape, in a good place. You understand? So it's a good thing for them. They should just continue. But Remo Stars, with their setback, I don't think they will want that kind of setback
again this weekend.
Yes, so it's just gathering the point. Good on to for Lobby Stars because they are trying to fight for where they are. They are trying to leave the relegation zone or trying to win something. So
at this point, and again they are looking to get to the continent. If my memory serves me right, I think the last time the Remo Stars were able to win the Nigerian Premier League title was in 1998 or 1989, within either 1998 or 1989, either of these two. But now they are trying to break those decades of losses and then try to make something new and advance to the continent and see how they can represent Nigeria. So that is actually something interesting, and then we're hoping that it pans out well for them. So moving away from the Nigerian Professional Football League, though the Premier League blog is looking very interesting, the table is interesting, and I like the level of competitions. Those teams that you are expecting coming into the season for them to be able to be the ones stopping are actually behind. Look, that's talking about Kwara United, Kano Pillars, Enugu Rangers, Ikorodu, Abia Warriors, and also you can see how interesting it is. Eyimba is never in the top 10, so you can see how competitive and how intense the Nigerian Premier League is of recent, and of course the prize money is enough reason for it to be that intensive. Yes, 250 million Nigerian naira for a team that wins. Come on now, that's big money, and it's also opening avenues for more investors to come in and also invest in Nigerian Premier League, and it's also opening more avenues for us to see foreign players come in and participate, because we used to have that back in the day, but now it's revolving, looking at the initiative being created by Shehu Diko, who is also making sure that the Sporting Commission and grassroots development of sport is actually something very, very effective. Talking about grassroots development, we've seen just a couple of weeks ago, Eric Chili, who is the current Super Eagles head coach, made a tour to Europe last week, if you can remember, where he went to visit Alex Iwobi, Wilfred Ndidi, and the rest of the other pack in Europe. Now he's back to the country, and he went to Kenya to visit the Flying Eagles in camp, as they said, to prepare for this. Looking at it, then bring up to speed, the Super Eagles coach Eric visited the Flying Eagles training camp in Kenya, Romeo, following the return from European tour. The former Mali coach, who recently met the key national team players in Europe, observed the training section and shared words of encouragement with the under-20 squad preparing for the 2025 African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. The head coach Aliou Zubairu has invited 30 players to camp ahead of the tournament scheduled to start for April 26th to May the 18th, 2025, where the 7-time African champions will face Egypt, Morocco, and South Africa in the Group B phase. The Flying Eagles will be aiming to secure one of the 4 tickets to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile come September. The under-20 guys have been very, very amazing. We've seen it from the time of John Mikel Obi, Taiwo. We have amazing memories. Amazing sweet under 17. Yes, those guys then back in the day was very, very well. So now, let's talk about Eric, his move and the psychological game he's playing, traveling, going to visit these players. How long do you think he's going to, just in less than 2 weeks, we are expecting to see the likes of Ademola Lookman and the rest of them come back to, or maybe not even come back, but just fly straight from wherever they are to Rwanda for the next future. So how well do you think these trips that Eric is making is going to help impact the synergy between these players?
It's a good one for him. It's a good step to take to get familiarized with the country, get familiarized with the system, the football system in Nigeria, because he's a Malian, so, and he's coming into a new country with different style of play, different people, different culture, and the players too, he tried to he went to go visit the players in Europe. So he wants to visit in the day, which you understand. You know how integral he is, and all these players too. And same he came back to Nigeria. Went to visit him. He's the head coach of the Super Eagles, so he needs to familiarize himself
and identify with those guys.
Yes. So moving on, you need this grassroots football in Nigeria. So you're going to the camp. I know you have seen one or two players
that he might coach.
Yes, and they are trying to prepare for the tournament coming up in April. So that's a good thing for them. I know you're under 20. I trust them.
What do you think this is going to mean for the under 20 guys, seeing the head coach, giving pep talk at training? And what do you think?
It's a morale booster. It's a morale booster. It's a good thing for them, like a head coach, because they have other things to do. But spending time to come and see them, give them pep talk. They know, okay, yes, the head coach has been here. Let's do this for the country. That's the first thing. You're playing for the country. Yes. You're not playing for the coach. But still, it's a good thing for them, and to encourage the young ones looking forward to the tournament. They should know that this tournament is a they shouldn't say do it.
We have to go because there's a bigger picture, because this same year, April 26th to the 18th of May, that's where the whole games will be played. And then the bigger picture now is for the under 20 World Cup in September, just 3-4 months apart.
You need to perform well. You need to reach the finals before you can go to the World Cup.
Yes.
You understand? You need to reach the semi-finals to the final
before you can get to the World Cup.
Before you can get to the World Cup. So it's a good thing for them. And look at the group stage with the likes of the countries we have in Egypt and
Morocco.
The group is the group of death. I believe our system, and I believe Nigerian players. I believe our grassroots. I know we have a lot of talents. It's just the coaches now to know how to use them well. They should learn, keep them fit in shape before April. You should keep them. They give them a good summer camp if possible. To refresh them. Let's do those kind of refreshments. Settle in. It's not that you are playing football, you are thinking about wages and all those things.
There's something different that is going on now. I don't know if you're seeing it, but the level of preparation. Normally, what we tend to see is fire brigade approach. 2 weeks before, or 3 weeks at tops before now, 3 weeks before time. That's when we see these guys get to camp. But now we're in the month of February. They resumed camp as at last week.
Yes.
And then now they have over a month to prepare. So now this is actually showing that, okay, there is a different initiative, and the Sporting Commission and the DG currently is doing well. So now with all of this preparation, now I think we're expected to see a high level of performance. That is, if Aliyu Zubairu plays his card well, because we have the qualities. I'm sure the Flying Eagles have amazing qualities. So we're just hoping that, I'm looking at our group, we're in the same group with former champions of this said competition. So we're hoping to see that the Flying Eagles will return to make us proud as well.
I believe in them. I believe in the team, and it's a good thing now they are all in the camp. It's a good way to harmonize them, get a pattern, get a reading, keep them in shape. Because that's the basic thing. You need to know the pattern. You need to have a system in play, and they are young, and they have to be mentally ready for the tournament and take every game step by step. 3 points, first game you win, it gives you a good momentum to go in other competition, other games. So it's a good one, because I'm looking forward to the World Cup.
Both of you,
yes. For me, I believe they are going to qualify. They are going to bring the medal back to the country and put us in a good place for the World Cup.
For me, I would say they should approach every game as if it's the final.
That's
just the mentality. Just like
just go for the win.
Just like the coach of Atletico Madrid always says, he said he encourages his players to approach every game like as if it's the World Cup final. That's just it. At this point, if they actually get to do all of that, they'll make a name for themselves, make a name for the country, and as young as they all are, they will start getting good suitors, not in the married side of marriage, like suitors, scouts, and all of that, trials, and maybe not even needing trials, just paying a reasonable amount and then finding your way to Europe to do great things. So let's move away from that now. The man that spoke about having the back of Galatasaray is Victor Osimhen, as he looks to place Galatasaray at the top of the Turkish league table. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen is targeting for a miraculous turnaround when Galatasaray hosts AZ Alkmaar in the crucial European League playoff second leg today, leading to overturn a daunting 4-1 first leg deficit. Like, how they even lost that game till now is still like shocking to me, because Galatasaray has been on an amazing form, but I remember that same day Victor Osimhen was absent. We've seen what has been happening when Nigerian top players that play in all of these countries are absent during a game.
Yes.
We tend to see them play draw or suffer losses. But the Nigerian international who missed the first leg through suspension returns to the league in line for the Turkish Giants by the March winning Breeze in Monday's 2-1 victory over Libya that extended the Super League lead to 6 points. The return match in Istanbul will be very different with support of our fans. We will show them the true power of Galatasaray. That's what Victor Osimhen had to say. And then he said the first game he went further to say that I will score my goals, leave AZ Alkmaar to me. We will be the side that would advance. I am sure of that. Everyone should keep their morale high. His morale is definitely very, very high. When last did you see this level of confidence in Victor Osimhen?
His confidence, he knows his ability.
Yes.
He's a good banger.
Yeah.
So he knows what can happen. And if you watch the first game against AZ Alkmaar, the game was open. Galatasaray tend to just give them the game.
Yeah.
You understand? There were lacklusters, a lot of loose pass at the end of it, and missing that man Victor Osimhen, it shows how integral he is in that team. Morata is in the team. Welcome to him, but that day he wasn't just the man. He was not the man. So now coming back from 4-1 down is a huge one. So I want to believe they have that mentality.
They did like 6 goals to advance.
It's football. Anything can happen. They are home. They are playing in their home. In the first half, you could go 2 go up, 3 go up, put in a good place. Second half, you know how you progress with the game.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of determination. You can see this is Europe. It's Europe. How it used to happen. You forgot Istanbul, Liverpool, AC Milan.
That's in the day.
Back coming back to this just in 90 minutes. In half. Talk less now. You have 90 minutes to chase.
But how crucial is it going to be? What play do you think the coach now will need to draw up to have them come back from a deficit like this?
You watch, if you go back to the first game, you see the lapses.
Yes.
The game, AZ took them unaware. You understand? So, and they needed to approach the game. They were just approaching the game. It's 90 minutes here. So as going into the game, you need a goal.
Yeah.
You need to secure a goal. And playing home and away put them in a good place. But still, they needed that deficit was too much. 4-1.
4-1. Is it
let's say how the goal was.
From what I'm looking at it now, AZ Alkmaar might just decide to play all in deep and just play all through defensively. But let's see how
an approach. If you play all defense, you may actually losing that game. You could end up losing the game. With my experience with football,
just like what happened to Juventus yesterday.
Yes, you can still just go approach the game naturally. If you have the chance to score them. If Galatasaray have the chance to score you back, they score you. But when you want to defend, you can't defend 90 minutes. You can't actually. It's going to be torrid for you, and a lot of things will come in place. The pattern, the shape of the play, and mind you, Galatasaray they need a goal. So all their approach is attack. And this one we have the star man Victor Osimhen, who can I believe is going to turn up today, because that's one of the reasons he's in Galatasaray to play in Europe. You want to play to win the league for them too.
I have a prediction. I'm not saying that Arsenal would win, but them winning, I would be happy because of my man's Victor Osimhen. I would be happy if he win, but there's something I'm saying. There's going to be a penalty because from what I'm saying now in this current situation, Ezim Akman would want to play defensively so as to protect their approach is going to be something
you want to defend because you have to be very clinical in defending. That's why you have to the approach you have to give to the
and if they get in
attack them the same way. Just play the game like you guys you're not on a 4-goal lead or a 3-goal lead, sorry. Yeah. So now just approach the game. But if you want to defend, I believe Galatasaray will come at them so hard and they will score the goals.
And sometimes they would find the
it's going to be entertaining.
It's going to be very entertaining. But now let's look at the Atlanta Civil War going on. Finally, Ademola Lookman finally hits back at his coach after penalty criticism. Let's talk about it. African Footballer of the Year, Ademola Lookman, has broken his silence on Atlanta's manager's harsh criticism, revealing that he designated instructed him to take the penalty late on Tuesday's night Champions League exit to Club Brugge. In an emotional statement released on Wednesday, last night, Lookman expressed his hurt at being singled out by his head coach, who had labeled him one of the worst penalty takers he has ever seen after his spot kick was saved in the 3-1 defeat they suffered. Lookman says, "It saddens me on a day like this to have to write this statement, most of all because of what we have achieved together as a team and as a city." Lookman wrote this in his account on his X page, and he further says that he's been singled out in a manner that he have not been in a similar manner, and then he says, "I have not only been hurt but feels deeply disrespectful, not less because of the immense hard work I have always to put in each and every day of my time in the club to be able to have fans support the team." So looking at all of this now, you play football and you've done so much for your team, and then coming back from injury, coming in the second leg, though in the first half you were 3-0 down already, so it's looking as if there is nothing, so you just needed a miracle, and then you brought the almighty man in, and then in less than 50 seconds,
38 seconds,
38 seconds, he scored a goal for you, and then wasn't able to score from the spot kick. Someone at that level, Ademola Lookman at that level, everybody would be expecting him to score because of his quality. But now there's something people are not looking at. This man has been out for like 6 games, right? Yeah, of course, some persons will argue that he's a professional, he needs to get back and all of that. We agree. Yes, we agree. But still, there is something injury does to players. But let's leave him at the side. As a coach, do you think that approach was good?
It was not a good approach, because you don't have to just single out a player for your loss, because I call that loss their loss, because it's a team team. Yes, it's a team team. Yeah. Because Lookman was not in the first game. Coming in first game, Club Brugge, we won them 2-1, so they needed to win that game. Coming into the game, you are at home and you are not losing 3-0 first half. And you now brought in Lookman, he came in 38 seconds into the game, he scored a goal. Yeah. He brought you back. Yes, there's a glimpse of hope. He gave you that glimpse of hope. There's no glimpse of hope without Ademola Lookman in the Atlanta team. Because looking back at the last 5-6 games that he was absent. Yes, yeah. You should be missing. I love his statement. It was very constructive statement. Yeah. No bashing, direct, and singular the fact that he's a hard worker. Yeah. He has been doing a lot. He has been doing it for that team. Yes, won Gasperini. Gasperini in 30 years he has been coaching, he has not won any coach, any trophy. Yes. You understand? Any medal. Ademola Lookman single-handedly give him the first trophy to celebrate in his career. You can't just single him out. Ritugi, a man that is supposed to take the PK. He has missed PK. He has been missing. In 4 games, he has missed 2. So there's not like Ademola Lookman is the one missing all the PKs. It's just the first time ever. You understand? Missing in that thing. Yes, he's not a good PK. Yes, we understand. We understand that he's bad as a player. Yes, he took it. He knows. And if you watch the game, after that he was still playing. Other players, look at the captain. The captain took fourth. He was sent off. Yeah, he was sent off. He did not say anything about the captain. Yes, just the PK. You single out a player that won you your first European trophy. Your first trophy, not European trophy. That is bad. And we know how it is in Italians. Same thing as our brother Osimhen has faced in the hands of Napoli. Same thing Lookman. I believe maybe internally he feels. I know that there have been offers for Lookman. Yes, because he's a very good player. He's a top player. He has been playing so well, and then there have been offers. I believe maybe those offers getting to the coach. You feel okay, this guy is not part of the team, and he's part of the team. You need to see how he played. Coming in, scoring a goal. How many players even get to come in and come back from injury? Instant impact. Let's digress in the PK. All these things is not easy. It's not easy. Actually, digressing a little bit, let's look at Marcus Rashford. He suffered injury worries, and then up to date, he's not yet at that form. Yes. And nobody has singled him out. Just apart from Amori, who says, he's lazy. That's what he says. So you don't need all those things. Yes, as a coach. As a coach, you need to protect the players from the media, protect them from, because a lot of people, you see where you're exposing them for bashing. Yeah. You understand? You not watching that game now, you feel Lookman is the issue. Yeah. It's not the issue. Lookman was not on the pitch when you guys lost 2-1. And he wasn't on the pitch. He was not on the pitch when you guys lost 3-0. He was in the first half. He was on the bench. So, okay, yes, we know if he scored the PK, but it's just a glimpse of hope. If you have those glimpses of hope, why didn't you score the first half? And now you bringing him, he shows his talent. He shows, okay, we have his ability. He's an emotional player. You need to see how he's. He needs to do better. Yeah. He needs to as an individual. He's not supposed to be missing those kind of crucial kicks. Yes. Because that's what's actually going to solidify his greatness as an individual. But still, the coach protects the player. You don't need to single and bash it. If you want to bash the captain of your team. First of all, yes, for fighting, obviously. Sending when you needed that game. You're talking about emotions. Your captain lost nothing. You just say the worst penalty taker. That's a bad statement for him. I know there's a lot of things going on. After this, we'll see how it's going to transpire. Because I know the team now. Some of the players in the team are not happy. They are not happy because it will affect, and you have something to chase now. Now your team, you have been missing this Lookman. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how you manage it. But listen, like you rightly mentioned earlier, a whole lot of offers have been coming in for Ademola Lookman, and before now, he hasn't made comments about moving. Nothing. But now he's feeling like, okay, professional player. He's feeling as if he's doing it professionally. Yes. Same as this statement is a professional statement. You can't hold him for that. You see what he has to say to the fans, because they know he loves the team. Yeah, he really loves the team, and coming from where he has come from the clubs, coming to this your club now, bringing greatness to the club, performing, scoring goals. You need to give him the accolades. After he has been injured, he's still still performing. That's why he's been out for 6 years. You have to respect him, respect that player. I feel Gasperini need to do better in his approach, in his comments, and I believe this is not too much internal. I just believe they should squash it and get done nothing. So all the best for the children. This should not be a setback for him. It's a minor thing. You should head up high. You should chin up and continue scoring
goals at the end of the day.
Use the goals to shut the media up, shut Gasperini up.
Yeah, so let's go on a quick break, and then when we return, we'll have a conversation about Aston Villa and Liverpool's draw. Liverpool don't have a striker as we speak, but we're going on a quick break. When we come back, we'll have that conversation. Yes, many thanks for staying with us here. So we are having an interesting, conversation behind the scene where we are wondering between, Jackson and Nunes, who is even the better, striker as we speak now. But it seems these two guys are hanging out, maybe drinking tea together because it's winter over there in England. Maybe they are both cold, hanging out and then plotting on how they'll just be missing a one-on-one goal with, empty posts and just having one defender, or having a defender and having your teammates who could just square the ball to and score. Well, let me bring you up to speed, Sha. Aston Villa Liverpool played out an entertaining 2-2 draw in their Premier League encounter last night, with both teams delivering a trillion contents at Villa Park. Liverpool took an early lead in the 29th minute when Mo Salah found the back of the net, capitalizing on a well-placed assist from Diogo Jota. However, the home side responded in the 38th minute through Yuri Tielemans, who slotted in the equalizer to bring Villa level at 1-1. And then you all know how the story went. That's if you get to watch the game. So now let's talk about the whole game. 2-2 draw. I was happy because Liverpool didn't extend, more lead. So for those people coming from behind, they have a glimpse of hope. But
everybody's happy.
But with Arsenal cannot win any trophy. Even if they are second, they cannot win any trophy because I don't think they are in that place currently to win content because the gap is already.
You see they can't.
Well, they can only drink, so let's hope.
It's okay to drink.
It's okay to drink. It's very, very okay to drink. Now, let's talk about the game. You all missed a whole lot of chances. Liverpool missed a whole lot of chances. Aside from the two that Nunes missed, you guys missed a whole lot. So, what really happened?
Well, I feel it's just the game, this particular stage in the Premier League now.
Yeah.
You need to just, the adrenaline is high,
yeah.
The run of games are much. You're taking games back to back. You understand? You're playing like in 3 days, every 3 days. So a lot of things.
So you feel fatigue is setting in for the players?
Sure. It's normal. It's normal because you need like a week to rest, like 3 days to rest, to come back for another game to prepare. But in the system now, how it is now, you just have 3 days. In the next 15 games now, Liverpool is going to be playing 5 games in the next 15 games. So they have like 3 games. So you understand what I mean?
Yeah, by how exhausting they become.
Yes.
And all of this is attributed to, we have qualifiers coming in for World Cup. They still need to travel, represent for their home, come back, and all of that.
We have the Carabao final.
Yeah.
So everything is put in place. But still, it's not a reason for us to lose that game.
Yeah.
Yes, because we're supposed to win that game. If you watch the game, a lot of misses.
A whole lot of misses.
And I believe, I don't know. They are supposed, same as Jota. We need to understand Jota with his injury wounds.
Yes.
So this time of the season is a torrid time for them. And I believe they need game management to go through this story time of the game.
Okay.
But I believe
they'll be able to escape through. Well, your Liverpool
position.
You're actually very, very true. Very true.
That position keep you above other teams. So I know everybody's trying to play catch up.
Catch up. Tottenham Forest, Man City, Chelsea, back and all of that.
You understand? We understand them. Well, you know this kind of game, this kind of time shows how much they want it.
Yeah.
So it shows. That's what
Shows.
they want to say how much they want it. And Van Dijk, the captain of the team, he has said it. They want it because all the players they have seen it. In the last 5-6 years, Liverpool have been be the closest to the Premier League than any other team. Even as to City have won the league from Liverpool like 1 point,
2 points. You know, in the last 5 years, Man City has been winning the league with either 2 points or 1 point, 2 points or 1 point, 2 points or 1 point.
Catch up.
Yes, so
catch up. So it's not time to play catch up now. So let the other teams play catch up.
Catch up and then
just keep on winning the games. Because it's a good one. It's a good one. It's not a bad one.
Yeah.
And Emery said it after the game in his interview. It's a really good side. He said it like imagine your opponent could tell you there are a lot of chances they're missing. So he knows how crucial those would have been. We have converted those chances. We have put us on a good place. I mean,
you guys are still in a good place. If you are not in a good place, you wouldn't be wearing your jersey this morning. I'm very sure. Yes. It's a glad with a reasonable amount of numbers. Actually, 8 points. Yeah.
Right now. Yeah. You know, Arsenal have outstanding.
Yes.
That's due to the runs and the Carabao Cup final
that's coming up
Newcastle
this weekend.
So that particular week Liverpool will not be playing. So that's why they have to play this. And coming weekend you're playing Manchester City again. It's a good time.
More for Liverpool. But let's move away from the EPL and then let's talk about the next draw. Yes, yesterday we saw some offsets and some beautiful football that was played in the UEFA Champions League. That's speaking about Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, on Friday, that's next tomorrow, we'll be expecting to see the next draw for the last round of 16. The UEFA Champions League is poised for an accelerated round of 16 with a draw scheduled for Friday, the 21st of February and 2025, and this will be happening in New Zealand. This draw will determine the matchups between the top 8 teams from the league phase and 8 visitors from the recent knockout phase playoffs. So we'll be expecting to see and then know what the next couple of weeks will be saying for the UEFA Champions League. So now let's talk about PSG. PSG, we are so ruthless as at yesterday, trashing Embrace 7-0 to cruise into the next stage. Paris Saint-Germain put on a dominant display at the Power Pace, demolition Brest at 7-0 in the Champions League knockout round playoffs to advance with an empathetic 10-0 aggregate victory. The Parisians opened the scoring in the 20th minute through Berlis Barclow, who finished off a well-timed assist from Fabien Ruiz. The home side doubled their lead before halftime with Kovacic finding the net in the 39th minute after an assist from Draclo. Still, the guy was just everywhere. Are you network? After heading into the break with a 2-0 victory, PSG intensified their attacking pressure in the second half. Looking at that result, though I expected PSG to win home and away, but 10-0 home and away, isn't that brutal? When Mbappe was there, we didn't witness something like this.
Yes, they want to show standards to Brest. They want them to know that you are in Europe. This is not the one because you have to face on the way. So coming in first game, second, 7 is a massive game. It puts them in a good place. Don't forget this PSG team. They're a very good side. They have a good young squad. Bradley Barcola. Kylian Mbappe left, the young lad have taken over. Yes, everybody is hot now. They're trying to play. They're playing well. They're scoring goals. Football is all about scoring goals. And now scoring these goals in this kind of phase, in this time, it's a good thing for the team. It's a good thing for PSG. It's just the body trashing was so
much. Well, congrats to them. They've made it to this next stage. Let's see how they can be able to scale through, because now currently, fingers across, nobody even knows who next to face.
PSG or Benfica, possibly one of them will face
Liverpool.
Because they're
The same draw.
So,
Alright.
so she's a good one. You know how it is.
I really know how it is. Now let's talk about as time is tending to run away from us today. I don't know why, but Kylian Mbappe scores a stunning hat-trick. Now, do you think that Kylian Mbappe is finding his fifth with Real Madrid? We saw the performance of Real Madrid yesterday, and there was something I noticed during the game. Though we know Vinicius Junior plays from the left, and then Rodri plays from the right, and then Kylian Mbappe is the kill man. But yesterday I noticed something. I don't know if Ancelotti initiated that, or the players, initiated that themselves in the field of play. They were all switching places.
That's how it is.
They were all switching places, and then they made it look very confusing for the defense. Who am I going to follow now at this point? Because
It's actually a good game plan.
yes,
Good game plan, because you know the kind of player you have. Vinicius, you could see last season before Kylian Mbappe came in.
Yeah.
Vinicius was playing like the first 9 role. It's Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham
from the
the first 9 role.
Yeah.
So it was free. That is
they played a free role yesterday, all of them.
and they still know their point man.
Yes.
Kylian Mbappe is the danger man up front scoring.
At the end of the day, they will just look for
At
him.
the end of the day, he's the one that makes that finishing runs. And kudos to him, because scoring hat-trick in Champions League final against Man City is a huge one.
Yeah.
It's a huge one, and he actually performed well. If you watch the game before, the highlights.
I did watch the game.
Putting Gabriel on the ground.
Damn.
It was so much. You understand? So it's a good one. He has settled down well. He has been scoring. It's just the media. All these Kylian Mbappe has been scoring.
You know, there was a time that there was this time that was everybody knew the issue was too high.
So high.
Yeah.
Mbappe. Before then, get that when it was all these rumors, he's not scoring. Yeah, 10 goals. Just because it's Kylian Mbappe, he's in Madrid with the circumstances that he came to Madrid. You know how all the
They
transfers.
expected him to fill in a shoe of Cristiano Ronaldo, and then it didn't seem as if he was filling that shoe immediately. He didn't give them an Ademola Lookman kind of style coming in.
Just coming in.
Yeah.
The Madrid players, to some of them were injured. You understand? So like the rhythm, he has not found the rhythm and the system.
Yeah.
And as you can see, the run of the game, he knows his ability now.
Yeah.
He knows those goals, those passes, those pieces to go through.
And they have chemistry now between the midfielders and kudos to
that young lad.
Yeah.
That guy has been, because he's an underrated player in Madrid. People talk about Vinicius, people talk about Kylian Mbappe, but they don't talk about how Rodrigo
is playing.
Yeah, he has been performing so well. So that's how the team is.
And again,
they all can.
yes, they all can score, they all can. But let's look at how crucial this man is. Ancelotti, and the 77th minute, that's when we know he always starts his changes. And then that was when he brought in Camavinga and also brought in, Luka Modric.
You know the game already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you can't be winning the game and be bringing a player in like Camavinga and Luka Modric. Like,
they don't have a mediocre player.
Yes.
The players are excellent player, good player. That's why they have. If you watch them in Europe in the last 10, 15 years, they have been winning this UCL.
Yeah.
Because they have those players know the caliber of players Madrid tend to have. They know what it takes
to show up at levels like this.
These footballers, they know this level. Madrid cannot be playing anywhere underperforming in other league, but once they are in
UCL, it's a different ball game.
Different mentality. And they show Manchester City this, coming the first leg, winning them, and then the first leg they came from behind.
Yes.
It was a comeback.
It was a comeback.
And now coming back to their home in Santiago Bernabeu, showed the dominance again to City. And you see Pep with his pattern trying to overthink things. Kudos to Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah.
He knows. He said he has been playing. He's tired of playing Manchester
City.
He and Guardiola, they have been playing so much in the recent
years.
Back the draws they have been playing together. But Madrid has continued to change their dominance against Manchester.
And the funny thing is that they all played. They used the same formation. they used how to score best.
You having Kylian Mbappe, having Vinicius, Rodri, you know.
Well, let's say the absence of Haaland, do you think it affected, it contributed?
Well, Alan is a very good player.
You know, he scored the 2 goals for them in
yes. But Alan was not fit. And that's what Guardiola said.
Due to the thrashing they received from Newcastle.
You don't want to lose him in that game. Losing him the rest of the season. He's still trying to play catch up with Liverpool and trying to qualify for the top 4. That's possible for them. So you still need those kind of players in your team. And he knows this game is far in a way. True. Coming in, losing your hope, coming to Santiago Bernabeu, it's just a miracle. And you know, in Santiago Bernabeu,
it's hard to get miracles. It can be miracle, right? Yes.
So, and they show their dominance. So missing Haaland is a good miss in a way. Because Mamouche was there to try to play. You can't just put him down and lose him
for the rest of this season.
We have to manage these players
and see how he can also progress in the other game.
So I think it's game management. That's why he lets Haaland to be on the bench.
Well, sadly, this is how much time we permit us to take. But before we go, Juventus lost out their lead to PSV yesterday in the extra time.
I saw that. I saw it coming.
Yes.
I told a friend of mine, this game is the shocker of the day. Because watching PSV, their first game, and PSV is a very good attacking side, touch team. They have been attacking, and I watched that game that's yesterday at 2-9, and was trying to
back and forth, looking at
who is playing. So I saw a glimpse of after the game. I saw a glimpse of what they are playing. I told the guy that this PS is going to
at the end of the day, it did happen.
All Italian teams are out. Atlanta out.
Well, it's just that's what it is when it comes to the world of sport and football, basically. And I'm happy for those that qualified. And then let's see what the round of the next 8 will be facing off, and how the whole game will be looking at, and how it's going to be very, very interesting. Well, Olai Raju Jesse, thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of